On Beach Cove, as with many waterways here in Delmarva, a layer of ice still sits on top of the water. But once that temperature starts to rise, this water will clear up and it will become full of people for a variety of uses. The question is whether one of those uses will be aquaculture. It's a real beautiful sight. Despite the cold, windy day, Beach Cove is still pretty picturesque.
Lifeblood of our community.
And on Monday, we're joining resident David Green to take a look at the water. But Green has been concerned, saying proposed aquaculture farms can hurt his way of life.
It would eliminate the ability of a large portion of the residents of Beach Cove to use it in the way that they have for decades.
And by that, he means recreation and aesthetics, both of which he says will be disturbed. So what is the plan? Denrick wants to allow the harvesting of oysters and clams in 422 one-acre plots of land spread across the Delaware Bays. That includes the Little Assawoman Bay and Beach Cove, two areas where neighbors like Green have voiced concern.
We think that the Center for Inland Bays failed to do due diligence necessary to determine the human use of this cove. We've got evidence of it. We're submitting it to the Army Corps of Engineers.
And as the public comment period comes to a close, the Army Corps of Engineers say that they have received well more than 300 comments. But that doesn't mean they're all negative. Advocates say there are two fundamental positives to aquaculture. First off, oysters are natural filters. Just one can clean 30 gallons of water per day at a conservative estimate. And second of all is economics, as some Denrick experts say can grow to a multi-million-dollar industry in Delaware.
But I think it's going to be a benefit for the state.
Waterman Steve Friend says he will set up shop in the bays the day he's allowed to do so. How much money have you invested into this so far?
A little over $46,000 and counting. And I mean, it's just, you know, that's where it's frustrating, because the governor had signed this bill and said that, you know, in last July that we would be hopefully putting oysters in, having a drawing and everything. And I've been building cages and still have wire that I haven't built, put cages together, but it's just frustrating to put all this money together and then it's still an ongoing fight. And I think it's sad.
But bad news for Friend, there's no timetable just yet about when a decision will be made. Now we have a game of wait and see. The Army Corps of Engineers will look over all the comments submitted, then they'll make a decision about whether or not to have a public hearing. In Sussex County, this is Evan Kozloff, WBOC News in Ocean View.